Okay, record has started. Once more, welcome everybody. Also to the people who will be watching this video later on YouTube. I'm Federica, of Communication Officers at E-RIHS, and this is the ERIC info webinar for the second call for access, Spring 2026. I immediately give the floor to Vania Virgili, Director General at E-RIHS.
Thank you, Federica, and good morning, everyone. It's my honor as a Director General of E-RIHS ERIC to welcome you all on this webinar dedicated to the second call for access to our services. And I'm very glad that so many of you from different countries, we are 61 attendees have joined us today. Whether you are joining us for the first time or you are already know E-RIHS, this info days is for you, and we have designed it to be practical, to be useful, and we would like that at the end of the hour you feel confident about what we offer and how to apply to our second call for access Spring 2026. But before we move into the today's agenda, I would like to take a few minutes to set the stage and also to tell you who we are. E-RIHS stands for European Research Infrastructure for Heritage Science, and our motto, as you can see in my slide, is connecting heritage to science. And these three words, I would like to say that they capture our mission. But why European? Please, next slide. Maybe I can go to the next slide. Yes. So but why European? Because E-RIHS is an European intergovernmental organization. More precisely, we are an ERIC, which means a European Research Infrastructure Consortium. And this is a specific legal form which was established by the European Commission in order to reflect a strong commitment in research. Indeed, E-RIHS was formally created by a decision of the European Commission in March 2025. But behind this date lies more than 2 decades of work, collaboration, and also shared ambition across Europe. You will see in my slide the map of our research infrastructure, where the 11 funding member countries are highlighted in red. They are Cyprus, Malta, Spain, France, Italy, Slovenia, Romania, Hungary, Poland, the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, and also ICROM as a permanent observer. 11 countries that have chosen to pool their resources, their facilities, but also their expertise to build something none of them could build alone. Our headquarters is based in Florence, Italy, where our central hub coordinates the activities of the entire infrastructure. E-RIHS indeed is a distributed research infrastructure. Our facilities, laboratories, and expertise are not in one place, but they are spread across all member countries, working as a single integrated system, indeed as a unique research infrastructure. And this is also why we identify ourselves as our research infrastructure. We offer access as a one-stop shop to advanced instruments, specialized collections, digital tools, all complemented by the interdisciplinary expertise of our service managers. And this one-stop shop is our catalog of services, and you will learn more about it during the webinar. Beyond the access, E-RIHS also offers training through our dedicated label program, the Heritage Science Academy, E-RIHS Academy. It is also committed in research and development. The idea here is to keep our services at the state of the art to address in the best possible way your needs of investigation. We also promote protocols and standards building on open science principles, and also we foster international collaboration. We have 2 active partnerships already in place, one with Egypt, the other one with Brazil. And also we work to generate a real impact for research, innovation, and society. But why a dedicated research infrastructure to heritage science? Because our shared cultural heritage is unique and complex. Understanding, preserving it, transmitting it to future generations requires an interdisciplinary approach that brings together material sciences, humanities, and digital technologies, what it is indeed heritage science, and all these different disciplines as part of the heritage science approach work together side by side on the same object, on the same question. This level of interdisciplinary collaboration needs a dedicated infrastructure to make it possible, and this is exactly what E-RIHS provides. So, whether you are joining us today as a researcher, as a professional, working in a public institution or in a private one, if you have a research question about cultural heritage, E-RIHS has the tools, the expertise, and also the community to help you address it. Our call for access, which we will present today, is how you connect with us. And now I've stopped here because I would like to hand over to my colleagues, Brenda Doherty and David Booty. They are from the E-RIHS Help Desk team, and we really look forward to receiving your proposals as part of the second call for access Spring 2026. Brenda and David, over to you.
Thank you. I'm starting off and I'm going to briefly introduce the E-RIHS Catalogue of Services to you, and I'm going to focus on the ARCHLAB, FIXLAB, and the MOLAB platforms. So, E-RIHS provides a unique access point through, as we mentioned, the Catalogue of Services. So this is organized into 4 clusters of research facilities, which we call our access platforms. So we have an access policy, which is designed to ensure a fairness and a transparency, and our calls for access are currently based on scientific excellence. So looking ahead, this will be complemented by additional access modalities, and these are all aimed at fostering co-creation with users and strengthening the cooperation among providers and researchers at an international level. So what do our platforms offer? I'm going to show you an outline of them now. So ARCHLAB provides access to scientific archives and reference collections, and these are held at museums, galleries, and research institutes across Europe. These include technical images, conservation reports, analytical data, and actually sample materials. So both digital and physical resources are available with on-site expert support to help interpret the data. So these archives are essential for comparing case studies, validating restoration methods, and also to contextualize and compare past interventions with new analytical results. So what happens here is that the user visits the ARCHLAB facility for their period of access, which can be up to 5 working days. FIXLAB. FIXLAB provides access to large-scale research facilities, so includes synchrotrons, particle accelerators, neutron laboratories used for the study of movable artworks and for heritage samples. So here the user goes to the facility for access, or they can send their samples for analysis of the allocated time of access, which is generally agreed with the service managers. So techniques here range from ion beam neutron analysis for elemental composition, right up to radiometric dating and stable isotopes for chronological and environmental insights. It also includes biomolecular tools like ancient DNA and proteomics, laser-based spectroscopy for non-destructive surface analysis, and optical and electron microscopy for structural and material studies. So these services support conservation provenance and dating. MOLAB instead is E-RIHS's groundbreaking contribution to the heritage science community. So MOLAB provides access to state-of-the-art mobile instruments that are moved to the site, so to the museum, the archaeological site, for the study of immovable or fragile objects. Analyses then are performed by highly skilled teams using non-invasive multi-technique diagnostics. Access is granted to a single location for each project, with up to 5 days of access for each granted service. So this is important. Techniques include elemental and structural analysis and a wide range of advanced imaging methods. MOLAB also supports remote sensing and geophysical surveys for large-scale site assessments. I'm now going to pass to David.
Yeah, you can see it. Perfect. So in the next slides, I'd like to present some of successful proposals for each platform in order to illustrate the opportunities offered by the research infrastructure and the variety of submitted projects in terms of case studies and research topics. The first example is a project submitted by French researchers, the AURON project. The project has brought together since 2021 art historians, scientists and conservators to investigate the corpus of artworks employing gold as a painting materials across major European collections. And ARCHLAB visits, such as those to the Cultural Heritage Agency of the Netherlands and the Instituto del Patrimonio Cultural de España, enabled researchers to examine conservation and scientific reports, as well as sample collections, in order to gain a deeper understanding of gilding techniques and the use of gold as painting materials. The second ARCHLAB project concerns different types of materials, such as the photographic material, specifically gelatin glass plates. And the project focused on the photographic process and the conservation condition and treatment for gelatin glass plates. The proposal was submitted by a Spanish PhD candidate and involved, again, as the previous project, the Instituto del Patrimonio Cultural de España. The aim was not only to address specific research questions, but also to foster the exchange of experience and knowledge among different institutions working with gelatin glass plates. Moving to FIXLAB, the first example is the Sibylla project that was submitted by a group of Italian researchers to gain access to the new Aglaé particle accelerator offered by the French node of the research infrastructure. So the objective was to investigate the chemical composition of the semi-precious stone lapis lazuli for provenance studies. E-RIHS also allows long-term projects and the possibility to apply with proposals that continue a previously successful project, as in the case of the Sibylla. AGLAE is not the only particle accelerator offered among the services of E-RIHS. AtomKey from the Hungarian node is another facility that has been providing access since the Charisma project in 2009. The specific project, the MicroPixitex, led by the Romanian National History Museum, aimed to investigate the technological, morphological, and microchemical characteristics of thin gilded metal threads. And using advanced micropixie analysis, the AtomKey researchers determined the elemental composition and the distribution of elements in the metal threads, supporting both the provenance studies and the research on historical production technologies of these objects. Moving to MOLAB, the MOLAB Revis project was carried out within the framework of E-RIHS and was led by Arika Brikulaki, that is an archaeologist at the National Hellenic Research Foundation. Within this project, an extensive, non-invasive study was conducted on the iconic hand frieze in the tomb of Philip II in Vergina, Macedonia, with the aim of uncovering lost iconographic elements and original colors that had become obscured over time. So using advanced imaging and analytical techniques through the MOLAB platform, the instrumentation provided by 4 different teams working in an integrated way from E-RIHS Italy and E-RIHS UK, the project revealed significant new insights in the materials and imagery of the frieze. Thanks to hyperspectral imaging combined with elemental data, pigments were characterized and mapped, providing a more comprehensive understanding of their material composition and distribution. And the first full colored reconstruction of the hunting frieze has been constantly used to illustrate scholarly publication on ancient Greek art. And what you see there is just a reconstruction that was made several years ago. But then, following the MOLAB scientific investigation and the outcomes of the project Revis, a more recent reconstruction has been made with a much larger and varied a bigger variety of pigments, providing a more faithful view of the artist's palette. The final MOLAB example concerns the application of geophysical and remote sensing techniques for the investigation of buried archaeological features in shallow marine waters near Naples. The project, led by an Italian team in collaboration with Greek MOLAB service provider, integrated GPR analysis, ERT tomography, bathymetry surveys to reveal built structures in the submerged Roman side of Baie, as I said, near Naples. So geophysical and remote sensing techniques have been included in the Research Infrastructure Catalogue of Services since 2020 within the E-RIHS project and are now established as permanent services. Their introduction has significantly broadened the community of our stakeholders, extending the access to archaeologists and scholars in the built heritage domain. So with this, I would like to thank you, and I have concluded my presentation.
Thank you very much to Vanya, Brenda, and David for this introduction. I now give the floor to Anais. Anais, I'm very sorry I let you pronounce your surname because I'm unsure about the pronunciation. Anais from DIGILAB, thank you.
Hi everybody, I will focus my presentation on DIGILAB today. So you heard about FIXLAB, MOLAB and ARCHLAB, and of course DIGILAB is a digital platform and the digital services of E-RIHS. So in this excellence-driven access, we offer also DIGILAB services and there are different access to data, software, tools and workflows, but offered without needing to be physically present to the facilities. So we have extended our offer of DIGILAB services. During the first call, we had 3 services that you can see at the top of the slide, and now we have 12 services. So the offer is much larger, and I will go through quickly these services so you have an overview about what is offered in the digital platforms. So IOLI, Aton, and Sensei were like the first wave of DIGILAB services. IOLI is a 3D, 2D annotation tool that you can use for annotating pictures and datasets. Aton is a 3D visualization tool, and you can also do some annotations and other operations like measurements. And Sensei provides you to monitor use sensor data and to monitor objects or buildings and sites. But this first wave of services has been expanded, and I will cluster them in different groups. Some services are more about data sets and data collection inventories, like the Hungarian National Museum Archaeology database. Or we have also the Heritage Science Data Service from UK. So you have two different services that you can access for accessing inventory collections and helping you publish data or like use existing data. Another category is about managing knowledge and vocabularies, ontologies, or more generally, semantic artifacts. We can also call it data commons. And we have currently two different tools for that. One is OpenThesaur for managing thesaurus and vocabulary. And the second one is called EGS Portal for Semantic Artifact Catalog and to publish either your thesaurus or ontologies or just to reuse some that are already existing. Another category of services is about documentation, data documentation. One is called Anamnesis for metadata and paradata management platform. So it's used for describing digital activities and to help you document your metadata and paradata in your research data. And the second one is called MetaRef for automatic extraction tool for heritage science documentation. It's an API that is using LLM for extracting automatically metadata and paradata from documentation or audio files. So, and now the last category is about data analysis. We have currently three tools. One is the ISAC DIGILAB that is to analyze pigment and enamels objects. And the second one is XArts to use MAXRF dataset and to analyze them. So, and I will finish with the last tool that is going to present for DIGILAB, that is ERI, that is a platform for the quantitative assessment of risks. So you can input data and evaluate the risk and deterioration for specific heritage assets. So how do you apply for DIGILAB access? It's the same process as for the other platform, but because it's currently a pilot call for DIGILAB, we would like to ask kindly that you are communicating with the providers to make sure that the feasibility of your project is good, because unless it's not checked with them, it might be rejected or asked for modifications. And just to finish in 1 minute, this is three different typical abstract workflows that you can see how to mix in your user proposals, either ARCHLAB services with DIGILAB, like for example, metadata documentation with ARCHLAB services, and then some services about archive or collections if you are working on a digitization project, for example, in an ARCHLAB institution. The second workflow is the most typical. You do some kind of data acquisition step with either MOLAB, FIXLAB, or both, and then you enter the workflow about data analysis, visualization, documentation. And the third workflow is only DIGILAB workflow, but if you already have a data set, you might want to use DIGILAB services for transforming it and to discover new things and to enrich it. So of course we provide services for that. And that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Anais. Now I give the floor to Marika Grano of E-RIHS Help Desk.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm Marika, and today I will guide you through how to participate in the E-RIHS Second Call for Access and how our infrastructure can support your research by connecting you with some of the most advanced heritage science facilities in Europe. As you know, the Second Call for Access is currently open and will close at the end of March 2026. You may submit your proposal at any time before the deadline, but we strongly recommend not waiting until the last day to avoid technical issues. Access is granted through competitive peer review calls. Our policy is inclusive and open. Services are available to the entire international research community, and proposals are evaluated solely on scientific merit and on geographic origin. We aim to maintain a 6-month call cycle, so we encourage you to plan strategically and make the most of the upcoming opportunities. Comprehensive user guidelines are available on our website, and our help desk is always ready to provide support throughout the application process. Through the Catalogue of Services, our single digital entry point, E-RIHS provides physical and digital access to address complex research and conservation questions. Applicants can come from European member states, associated countries, and beyond. International researchers are welcome. A user can be an individual researcher or, more commonly, a multidisciplinary user group from different backgrounds and institutions. All members must be registered in the Catalogue of Services. The user group leader may also appoint a deputy. The first step, is to create an account at catalog.eris.eu. You can log in via your ORC ID or create a dedicated E-RIHS account. After activation, complete your profile with your institutional affiliation, background, expertise, and your short CV. A complete profile for all members of the group is essential. These include clear information on professional background and expertise. During the evaluation process, the expertise of the user group is assessed in relation to the topic of the proposal, and reviewers consider whether the team has the appropriate and complementary competencies required to successfully carry out the project. A multidisciplinary team is therefore a real added value, as it allows the proposal to cover scientific, technical, and conservation aspects in a current and comprehensive way. This is the user dashboard. Once you logged in, this is your operational hub. From here, you can update your profile, browse services, select services for your proposal, draft and submit application, monitor application status, upload documents, and submit post-access reports. All actions are related to your proposal are managed from this interface. We encourage applicants to carefully explore the catalog of services before drafting a proposal. There are more than 200 services available, including many new ones introduced in this call. You can search by keywords or filter by platform, country, technique, or material. Each service page includes a detailed description and the contact information of the service manager. We strongly recommend connecting to and contacting the service manager before applying in order to clarify any technical aspects and avoid potential feasibility issues. So once you have identified the services that best match with your research needs, whether within a single platform or combining multi-platforms, you are ready to start building your proposal. And you can create your application, your proposal directly from your dashboard and save it as a draft before final submission. When starting your proposal, you must indicate the requested platforms and services and the type of application, which can be new application for a completely new research project, resubmission if you are revising or submitting a previously evaluated proposal, or a long-term application for complex research project that requires structured access over an extended period and possibly across multiple service or phases. You may add or remove selected services at any time before the final submission. And again, you are encouraged to contact the service manager indicated in the service series used at helpdesk. Once you have selected your services, you need to structure your proposal carefully. Every application must include a project title, an acronym, and a summary, the scientific description, which must be clear and which must explain the research question and objectives, the scientific background and the state of the art, the analytic methods and planned work, previous analysis, if any, expected results and achievements, the impact and dissemination strategy, the data management plan, and references relevant to your research. Any required permissions, such as ownership authorization, drone use, X-ray certification, must be provided where applicable. And please note that the user group leader may submit only one application per call and cannot lead another until access is completed. But they can participate as team member in other proposals. The selection is fully competitive and focused on scientific excellence. The entire process takes approximately 4 months and includes 3 steps. First, there is an eligibility check. The proposal must comply with the E-RIHS access policy, include a complete data management plan, be written in English, contain all required documentation, and obviously include at least one service from the catalog. Proposals that do not meet this criteria cannot proceed in the evaluation. The second step is the feasibility assessment. The selected service manager evaluates whether the project is technically and practically feasible. They consider risks to the object or to the site, as well as logistical and health and safety aspects. If feasibility issues arise before the call deadline, applicants may revise and resubmit the proposal. The third step, a proposal that pass eligibility and feasibility are assessed by an independent international peer review panel. The panel evaluates excellence, 60%. These include relevance of the research questions, methodological robustness, originality, expertise of the group, timeliness, and quality of the state of the art. The panel evaluates also impact, 20%. This includes the expected contribution to the research community, dissemination strategy, innovation, potential commitment to open access, and broader societal and industrial impact. The final ranking combines these three values: feasibility, excellence, and impact. And based on the final ranking and service availability, proposal may be granted, placed on a reserve list, or not selected. All applicants are formally informed by email regarding their proposal. If your proposal is successful, you will receive a formal access offer by email. You must accept the offer and upload any outstanding permissions before the access begins. Access, whether on-site or remote, must be completed within 1 year. During your project, E-RIHS staff provide technical support and, where necessary, also training within a collaborative and knowledge-sharing framework. Once the access activities have been completed, you are required to submit an access report and a user satisfaction survey within 2 months. These ensure proper closure of the project and eligibility for the future calls. I thank you for your attention, and I hope this overview has given you a clear and a practical understanding on how to participate in the E-RIHS second call for access. We truly look forward to receiving your proposal, and remember that our help desk is always available to support you throughout the process. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Marika. Very clear. Thank you very much for participating in this webinar. We really hope to receive many of your proposals, and good luck, everybody. Have a nice day.